Galileo in 10 minutes. The rebel who measured the heavens. Meet the Tuscan troublemaker who aimed a homemade spyglass at the heavens, asked impolite questions of the cosmos, and refused to take, because Aristotle said so, for an answer. Number 5. Trial and error. Mostly trial. Galileo versus the Inquisition. In 1633, after publishing the snarky, stagey dialogue concerning the two chief world systems, Galileo was hauled before the Roman Inquisition and made to recant heliocentrism, earning a lifetime of house arrest and a global reputation for intellectual audacity. The man who measured moons now measured his steps around a villa in Arcitri, but the mind wandered farther than the feet. He smuggled out his masterpiece, Two New Sciences, to be printed in Leiden, laying foundations for mechanics even as censors frowned. The famous, "E pur si muove" line is probably apocryphal, but the sentiment fits. Galileo's world moved on, and eventually so did history's judgment, transforming a courtroom defeat into a victory lap for scientific freedom. Number 4. By Aristotle. Mathematics takes the wheel. Galileo crashed the long-running Aristotelian party by swapping syllogisms for stopwatches and declaring that nature speaks the language of mathematics, not lofty metaphors. He poked holes in "heavy things fall faster" and "perfect heavens" with a combo of experiments and telescopic tattling, replacing authority with evidence and geometry that actually predicted what objects do. His method, idealize, model, measure, repeat, turned philosophy into physics and controversy into progress, proving that when data and doctrine duel, triangles and timing usually win. Number 3. Timing the fall. Pendulums, pulses, and gravity. Armed with a pulse and a penchant for ramps, Galileo clocked motion like a maestro, showing that distance in free fall grows with the square of time and that objects accelerate uniformly regardless of their weight. The legend of the swaying lamp in Pisa whispers of pendulum isochronism, which he probed with timing tricks and water clocks before rolling balls down inclined planes to slow gravity's drama into measurable beats. From parabolic trajectories to the seeds of inertia, he orchestrated a new grammar for motion. Less things seek their natural place, and more, behold, the equations have entered the chat. Number 2. Moons for a Medici. Jupiter's tiny revolt. When Galileo turned his telescope to Jupiter in 1610, he spotted 4 bright companions, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, circling the planet like rebellious courtiers ignoring Earth's supposed centrality. He branded them the Medician stars to charm a patron, but their true power was political for the cosmos. Little worlds orbiting a bigger one mid-Earth look less throne-worthy and more like just another dancer in the celestial conga line. With sketches, nightly logs, and tables, Galileo proved moons could orbit something that wasn't us, a neat prelude to the sun stealing the show. Number 1. Spyglass Uprising. How a tube rewrote the sky. Galileo didn't invent the telescope, but he supercharged it, from a modest Dutch novelty to a 20x celestial mic drop, and pointed at where the secrets lived. Suddenly the moon wore mountains, the Milky Way dissolved into star spray, Venus blushed through phases, and sunspots smudged the supposedly perfect heavens, each observation a brick launched at old ideas. The Siderius Nuncius, starry messenger, turned his nocturnal doodles into a bestseller, proving that sometimes all you need to start a revolution is a glass tube, steady hands, and the nerve to say, look for yourself. In 10 minutes we met the man who traded deference for data, turned stargazing into science, and left us a cosmos that moves, and minds that do, too.